Yo guys, what's going on? Adam from Adam Olson Fitness. I'm here with Amy Back.
Hey.
Amy Back Fit. So all you guys are probably at home doing a million home workouts, YouTube workouts, hour workouts hopefully, but in those workouts, I'm sure that you guys are doing some push-ups. So today we're going to address some push-up stuff. So when we get clients in here in the gym and we're watching push-up form, there's usually a lot of like horrible stuff that goes on with most people with push-ups. Even getting a kid to kind of learn to use their body correctly to do a push-up is a tough task. So there's some things that we want to go over with that in terms of hand placement, what you should be doing with your body, what you should be thinking about, and whatever. So number one, just to kind of go over hand placement stuff, I'd like you guys to think about when you're doing a push-up, you know, if you were using your chest as, push-ups are primarily for your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. So if you were using your chest as a guide to where to put your hands, you would want your hands to be in line with about mid-chest, right out at the sides of your mid-chest, not too far down, not too far up. When your hands are too far up or down, it kind of leads for bad form and bad placement of your body, and that's kind of the beginning of the end of where things can go wrong is hand placement. So I'm gonna actually have Amy get down on the floor here. We're gonna go over a bunch of different cues and things you should do. Maybe you can come in a little closer so everyone at home can see. So Amy's gonna line herself up. She's gonna make sure her hands are kind of in line with her chest, so she's creating a straight line down. And here in her hips, one of the big problems is people, one, they don't come all the way down to the ground. So when Amy goes to do a push-up, she's going to bring her entire body all the way to the floor and then drive herself up. Notice that she's keeping her body nice and straight, so she's not breaking herself at the hips. One of the things, like if Amy were to just lay on the floor for a second and leave her hips down and push up with her upper body, people will do that and then kind of inchworm their body up. Can you do that again for me? So she'll kind of do upper body first and then leave the hips down and then push the lower body up second. So it's kind of like your body's starting to do one of these like wormy effects. So that's definitely one thing you don't want to see happen. Another thing, what will happen is the body will start to kind of lean forward and the butt will come up in the air and they'll do something like that, right? And they'll start to almost, can you even give me more there? They'll start to do something like that and all the weight's going on the arms and then you've got the hips up and they're trying to keep their lower body from coming down and they're just kind of getting the upper body thing going on here. So these are some things that we notice people do. I'm gonna actually do a couple things so it's easy for me to kind of just talk and demonstrate. So hand placement is big, which I mentioned in the beginning. So I like to use my chest as a frame of reference and get my hands right out next to my chest. I don't want them right next to my body. And the reason that is the closer you get to your body, the more you're gonna start to rely on your triceps and less on your chest. And that's okay if your focus is your triceps. Another thing is your lower half, you kind of want to keep your glutes engaged and tucked in and your midsection tight. All right, so if you just start doing this with your butt or don't have any mindfulness in your lower body, you're going to maybe start to do stuff like this, which we just kind of touched on a little bit, where your butt's up in the air. You really want to make sure that that's engaged and tight. You're bringing your chest all the way to the ground. One of the major things is people don't want to come to the floor, like they're afraid to be down here, and you have to be down here to get that whole range, okay? So you're training your entire chest. When you're doing that, if you notice my shoulder blades are actually together here in the back. That's allowing me to bring my chest into a fully stretched position. So my shoulder blades are coming together, and at the top of the rep, some people, this is all, you know, how you choose to do it. It's not right or wrong, but some people will actually tell you to protract your shoulders so that your scapula is actually moving forward. It really depends on what you're trying to work. I don't think that's right or wrong, so I'm gonna say that if you're doing that, it's okay. And if you're not doing that, that's all okay as well. So again, hands right next to your chest. Your body's all the way to the floor. You see a lot of this stuff where people are really struggling, especially if they're on their knees. You'll see this.
Yeah.
You see a lot of that. And this is all not what you want, okay? So if you have to be on your knees, the longer the lever, the harder it gets. So people will shorten to their knees to make it easier. If you have to be on your knees, that's okay. Lay down here on the floor. Start from here. If you can get one good rep, keeping everything nice and tight and engaged, allow yourself to come back to the floor. That's okay. That's really where you want to be. And then once that gets easier, lengthen the lever, go onto your toes, keep everything tight, hips engaged, tailbone engaged, head straight.
Talk about head. Head has to be in
So you want to tell me what to do and explain?
So a lot of people pull their heads up too.
Like that?
And then your spine's not straight. So your head needs to be in neutral with your spine. So a lot of people look up. I don't know. I see a lot of people constantly up here. I don't know what you're really looking at when you're doing that, but you should keep your head in neutral.
So spine completely straight. So Amy's saying upper spine in line with the entire, cervical spine, thoracic spine, lumbar spine, all in a straight line. Glutes are engaged and tucked in. Hands are right next to your chest. If you bring your hands in closer, just know that you're going to be focusing more on your triceps. Another thing, this is another bad thing, bad habit. People they'll shortchange themselves and do these little pump reps. You're kind of just getting your triceps there, and that's not a full range of motion. So it's more about the quality of the rep. You want to come all the way down, full range of motion, all the way up. Hands are in a good position. Now, if you decide to change positions, you want to go more into a diamond, that's okay. You're focusing on a different part of your chest, a little bit more tricep engagement, but it's acceptable because it's training a different modality. If you want your hands here, maybe because you have shoulder discomfort, having them out a little wider, that's okay too. Just know that you're going to be training more of your triceps than your chest. So these are a lot of things that we see, a lot of different poor form things that happen and things that you really need to be mindful of. Try to keep your tailbone tucked under, glutes engaged, keep your midsection engaged, hands right next to your midline of your chest. This is really like a big, big thing. People don't know where to put their hands in space on the floor. All right, get that full range of motion. When you come all the way down, feel your shoulder blades come together in the back. Drive all the way up, okay? Don't forget to breathe. Breathing is important.
Thinking about where you're working.
Yeah, and always think about what you're working. Another thing, and this is a little bit more advanced than this last thing, is when your hands are on the ground, if you really want to get a lot more out of your chest and you really just want to focus on quality, you can think about driving your hands in, okay? So when you converge your hands together and you think about the upper arm, the humerus from shoulder to elbow, driving across, this is how you get a lot of really good pec engagement when you're doing dumbbell presses and things of that nature. If you're putting your hands on the mat and thinking about driving your hands in, almost like you're trying to pull the mat towards each other, your hands won't be sliding, but you want to create that tension on the ground. That will actually help mentally keep a lot more engagement into your chest and allow you to drive a lot more tension into each push-up, which in turn will give you a much harder workout.
Let's talk about if they're still not getting a good push-up on their knees, what's the next regression down?
Okay, so if you guys are having trouble with even push-ups on your knees, you're just don't have enough muscular strength and you're not developed enough there, or maybe your body weight's too heavy for your strength at your current time, you might want to bring yourself up, meaning that you can have like either anything that you can have to elevate yourself, like if you have a tire or if you have a bench or anything.
Or the wall.
Or the wall. Give me 1 second. We're back. Magic bench just appeared. All right, and so talking about regressions, if it's too difficult for you to do a push-up on your knees, you can do a push-up like this. This will make it easier for you, so you're not all the way down on the ground, and you can bring your chest just to this, and you can focus on just driving straight up. All those other cues still engaged. You're thinking about, hand placement in relationship to your chest. Shoulder blades together in the back, bringing my chest to the pad.
Yep.
All right, my body is straight, all the way up.
See how he's completely straight, all the way down. That's what we're looking for in a push-up.
Okay, so even if this is too hard, that's okay too. You can go to the wall. Bring yourself to the wall. So, can you come over here? So you'll be on the wall, and you can just angle yourself in a little bit. Hat's in the way here. So angle yourself in a little bit. Boom, you come right to here. That's okay. And as you get better, push out a little bit more, and just get that strength, and then you get to the point where you progress down to the bench, then from the bench to the floor with your knees down, and then hopefully we're going to elevate those knees up and get you into a regular push-up. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Yeah, let's do some push-ups.
Oh, we're doing push-ups now?
Why not? 15, 20 push-ups.
No, we got to do 15, 20 push-ups.
That's it, though. That was good. That's a good little push-up.
So guys, if you have any more questions about push-ups or form on any other exercises, just just post them. I guess we got to do push-ups now. All right, guys. So we're doing push-ups now. You got to do push-ups now at home. Practice your form, your regressions, your progressions, whatever it is. If you have any questions, I'm Adam from Adam Olson Fitness. Amy back fit. This nerd's got me doing push-ups.
14,
and hopefully we'll see you guys soon.
15.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
And we'll see you in a bit.